The Middle Ages, often referred to as the medieval period, is a fascinating chapter in European history that spans roughly from the collapse of the Roman Empire in the 5th century to the dawn of the Renaissance in the 15th century. This era, often misunderstood as a time of darkness and stagnation, was actually a vibrant period of transformation that laid the groundwork for modern Europe. During the Middle Ages, Europe experienced significant changes in politics, culture, and society. Feudalism emerged as a dominant social structure, shaping relationships between lords and vassals, while the rise of the Catholic Church influenced every aspect of life. Intriguingly, this period also saw the flourishing of art, literature, and philosophy, with remarkable figures like Dante and Chaucer leaving a lasting legacy. As we delve into the captivating world of medieval life, we'll explore the daily routines of peasants, the grandeur of castles, and the complexities of chivalry. Join us on this journey through time, where we'll uncover how the Middle Ages not only shaped the past, but also continues to influence our modern society in ways you might not expect. The collapse of the Roman Empire in the 5th century CE was a complex process, influenced by a multitude of factors. Political instability played a significant role as a series of weak and ineffective leaders struggled to maintain control over the vast territories. This internal chaos was exacerbated by economic troubles, including rampant inflation and heavy taxation, which weakened the empire's ability to support its military and infrastructure. In addition to these internal challenges, invasions by barbarian tribes further destabilized the empire. Groups such as the Visigoths, Vandals, and Huns exploited Rome's vulnerabilities, culminating in the sack of Rome in 410 CE by the Visigoths under King Alaric. This event marked a symbolic turning point, showcasing the empire's decline and the rise of external threats. As Roman authority waned, the transition from Roman rule to the emergence of medieval kingdoms began. Local leaders and warlords filled the power vacuum, leading to the fragmentation of the once unified empire into smaller, feudal territories. This shift set the stage for the development of new political structures and cultures that would define the Middle Ages, ultimately reshaping the landscape of Europe for centuries to come. Feudalism was the backbone of social hierarchy during the Middle Ages, creating a structured system that defined relationships and responsibilities among different classes. At the top of this hierarchy were the lords, who owned vast tracts of land and held significant power. They granted portions of their land to vassals, noblemen who pledged loyalty and military service in exchange for protection and the right to govern those lands. This bond of loyalty was crucial, as it ensured that lords could rely on their vassals to defend their territories and maintain order. At the bottom of the social ladder were the serfs, who worked the land and provided agricultural labor. Unlike vassals, serfs were not free. They were bound to the land and owed their lords various obligations, including a share of their produce. Land ownership was paramount in medieval society, as it determined wealth and influence. Feudalism shaped political and economic relationships by creating a decentralized system of governance. Lords and vassals formed a network of allegiances that dictated local power dynamics, while the agrarian economy relied heavily on the labor of serfs. This intricate web of relationships not only defined social status, but also influenced the development of medieval culture and society. During the Middle Ages, the Catholic Church emerged as a powerful and unifying force in a fragmented Europe. As kingdoms and territories battled for dominance, the Church provided a sense of stability and continuity, transcending regional boundaries. The Pope, as the spiritual leader, wielded significant influence not only over religious matters, but also in political affairs, often mediating disputes between monarchs and asserting authority over secular rulers. Monastic communities played a crucial role in this dynamic, serving as centers of learning, agriculture, and hospitality. Monks and nuns dedicated their lives to prayer and service, preserving ancient texts and fostering education during a time when literacy was scarce. These communities became beacons of knowledge, contributing to the intellectual revival that would later pave the way for the Renaissance. The church's impact extended beyond politics and education. It also profoundly influenced art and culture. Cathedrals adorned with intricate stained glass and sculptures became symbols of faith and community pride. Religious themes dominated literature and music, shaping the cultural landscape of the era. Through its multifaceted influence, the Catholic Church not only guided the spiritual lives of individuals, but also played a pivotal role in shaping the very fabric of medieval society. Medieval warfare was characterized by the prominence of knights, who were the elite warriors of their time. Trained from a young age in the art of combat, knights played a crucial role in battles and tournaments, showcasing their skills in both martial prowess and horsemanship. Tournaments served not only as a means of training, but also as a display of honor and prestige, where knights competed for glory and rewards. Central to the identity of knights was the concept of chivalry, a code of conduct that emphasized virtues such as bravery, loyalty, and courtesy. This code influenced noble behavior, dictating how knights should treat their peers, protect the weak, and uphold justice. Chivalry became a guiding principle that shaped the ideals of nobility and defined the expectations of knightly conduct in both warfare and daily life. Major conflicts such as the Crusades further highlighted the intersection of warfare and chivalry. These religious wars not only aimed to reclaim the Holy Land, but also fostered a sense of unity among European knights who were motivated by both faith and the promise of glory. The Crusades had a profound impact on Europe, leading to cultural exchanges, shifts in power dynamics, and the eventual decline of feudalism as the experiences of warfare transformed medieval society. Daily life in the Middle Ages varied significantly between peasants and nobility, reflecting the rigid social hierarchy of the time. Peasants, who made up the majority of the population, lived in small villages and worked tirelessly on the land. Their days were filled with agricultural tasks, such as planting and harvesting crops, and they often faced harsh living conditions. In contrast, the nobility enjoyed a more luxurious lifestyle in grand castles, where they hosted lavish feasts and participated in courtly activities. Agriculture was the backbone of medieval life, with most people relying on farming for sustenance. However, trade began to flourish in urban areas, leading to the growth of medieval towns. Markets became bustling centers of commerce where artisans and merchants sold their goods, fostering a sense of community and economic exchange. Cultural practices and festivals played a vital role in medieval society, providing opportunities for social interaction and celebration. Events such as harvest festivals and religious observances brought people together, reinforcing community bonds. Family life was central to daily existence, with extended families often living together and sharing responsibilities. Through these various aspects, the everyday lives of people in the Middle Ages were shaped by their social status, economic activities, and cultural traditions, creating a rich tapestry of medieval existence. The later Middle Ages witnessed a remarkable growth of towns and a revival of trade, marking a significant shift in the economic landscape of Europe. As agricultural productivity improved, surplus food allowed populations to grow, leading to the emergence of towns as bustling centers of commerce. This period saw the rise of a new merchant class, composed of traders and entrepreneurs who sought to capitalize on the increasing demand for goods. Guilds played a crucial role in this transformation, as they organized craftsmen and merchants into associations that regulated trade practices, set quality standards, and provided mutual support. These guilds not only protected the interests of their members, but also contributed to the stability and growth of towns. Trade routes became vital arteries for economic development, connecting towns to distant markets and facilitating the exchange of goods such as textiles, spices, and precious metals. Fairs, often held annually, attracted merchants from various regions, creating vibrant marketplaces that fostered economic interaction and cultural exchange. As towns flourished, they evolved into centers of culture and innovation. With the influx of people and ideas, urban life encouraged advancements in art, architecture and education, laying the groundwork for the cultural renaissance that would follow. This dynamic interplay of trade and urbanization fundamentally reshaped medieval society. The Black Death, which swept across Europe in the 14th century, was one of the most devastating pandemics in human history. Caused by the bacterium Yersinia pestis, the plague spread rapidly through trade routes and urban centers, reaching Europe from Asia via ships and caravans. The disease decimated populations, with estimates suggesting that it killed between 25 to 30 million people, roughly 1/3 of Europe's population at the time. The consequences of the Black Death were profound and far-reaching. Socially, the massive loss of life led to labor shortages, which empowered surviving workers to demand higher wages and better working conditions. This shift weakened the rigid class structures of feudalism as peasants began to assert their rights and seek greater autonomy. Economically, the decline in population resulted in a surplus of goods, leading to lower prices and a shift in wealth distribution. Many landowners struggled to maintain their estates, prompting a re-evaluation of land use and ownership. Culturally, the Black Death prompted a wave of introspection and change. Art and literature began to reflect themes of mortality and the human condition, paving the way for new ideas that would eventually contribute to the Renaissance. Ultimately, the Black Death played a crucial role in dismantling feudalism and reshaping European society. The transition to the Renaissance marked a pivotal moment in European history, signaling the end of the Middle Ages and the dawn of a new era characterized by a revival of classical learning and humanism. This intellectual movement sought to rediscover the philosophies and texts of ancient Greece and Rome, emphasizing the value of human potential and individual achievement. Scholars began to focus on subjects such as literature, history, and ethics, laying the groundwork for a more secular and inquiry-based approach to knowledge. Key developments in art, science, and literature emerged during this transformative period. Artists like Leonardo da Vinci and Michelangelo pushed the boundaries of creativity, employing techniques such as perspective and chiaroscuro to create lifelike representations. In science, figures like Copernicus and Galileo challenged traditional views of the universe, fostering a spirit of inquiry that would lead to groundbreaking discoveries. The Renaissance marked a significant shift in European thought and culture, moving away from the medieval focus on religion and the afterlife toward a celebration of human experience and the natural world. This cultural awakening not only influenced art and science, but also reshaped societal values, encouraging exploration, innovation, and a renewed appreciation for the complexities of human existence. In this video, we explored the fascinating and often misunderstood era of the Middle Ages, highlighting its significance in shaping modern Europe. From the collapse of the Roman Empire to the rise of feudalism, we examined how political instability, economic changes, and the influence of the Catholic Church created a complex social structure. We also delved into the daily lives of people, the impact of the Black Death, and the eventual transition to the Renaissance, which marked a profound shift in thought and culture. The Middle Ages were not merely a time of darkness. They were a period rich with cultural, social, and intellectual developments that laid the groundwork for the modern world. As we reflect on the complexities and contributions of this era, it becomes clear that understanding the Middle Ages is essential to grasping the foundations of contemporary society. If you enjoyed this journey through history, we invite you to subscribe to our channel, like this video, and share it with others who are curious about the past. Join us for more engaging historical content as we continue to uncover the stories that have shaped our world. Thank you for watching.